Mars is the fourth planet from the Sun, and it's famously known as the Red Planet because of that iconic color. This rocky world is hiding so many secrets, from towering mountains to super deep valleys, and there's even evidence of ancient water. We're going to dive deep into the details of this epic planet, exploring its terrain, its atmosphere, and exactly why it's humanity's next big goal in space. The average distance between Mars and the Sun is about 228 million kilometers, which is roughly 1.5 times the distance from the Earth to the Sun. Because of that, the amount of sunlight hitting its surface is way less than what we're used to back home, making a typical day there look as dim as a cold, fading sunset. It is a rocky planet just like Earth, but its diameter is only about half of Earth's. Its mass is also roughly 1/10 of our Earth's mass, which makes its surface gravity way lower. Honestly, if you were standing on Mars, you'd feel super light, like you weighed only about 1/3 of what you do now. Its thin atmosphere is made up of over 95% carbon dioxide, with just tiny amounts of nitrogen and argon. Because of that, there is absolutely no way for humans to breathe there, and it doesn't protect the surface from harmful cosmic radiation at all like the ozone layer does back on Earth. The surface of Mars is absolutely packed with meteorites, volcanic rocks, and red sand. That famous red color actually comes from iron oxide in the soil, which is exactly the same stuff as the rust you'd see on old iron back on Earth. For example, if you looked at Mars from way out in space, it would literally look like one giant rusty desert. Mars is home to the highest mountain ever discovered in the entire solar system, Olympus Mons. This massive volcano is basically 3 times taller than Mount Everest, reaching a staggering 22 kilometers high. Its base covers an area as big as the entire country of France, which just goes to show how much incredible volcanic activity was happening there in the distant past. Its surface also features Valles Marineris, which is this giant canyon system stretching over 4,000 kilometers. That means its length pretty much covers the entire width of the United States from east to west, and in some spots it is actually 7 times deeper than the Grand Canyon. There is super strong evidence that liquid water used to flow all over the surface of Mars back in the day. For example, spacecraft photos show dry riverbeds and circular lake basins that look just like the ones we have on Earth. Seriously, if you were standing there right now, you would see paths that look exactly like river channels, but they are completely bone dry today. Mars has 2 small, irregularly shaped moons orbiting it, called Phobos and Deimos. Scientists actually believe they're captured asteroids that got snagged by Mars's gravity a long time ago. Phobos is actually drifting closer to the planet super slowly, and millions of years from now, it might actually crash into it or get torn apart to form rings. The surface temperature on Mars drops way down below -80 degrees Celsius at night, and sometimes it even hits -125 degrees at the poles. This happens because its super thin atmosphere just cannot hold on to any heat. Honestly, if you were standing there in the morning, you would feel a bone-chilling cold like nothing you have ever experienced on Earth. Massive dust storms rage across Mars, sometimes covering the entire planet for weeks. These storms carry tiny particles of red dust, making the sky look pink or orange. They also cause huge problems for spacecraft because they block the sunlight that is absolutely essential for solar power. Humanity has sent tons of rovers to explore Mars, including NASA's Perseverance rover. This rover is busy collecting rock and soil samples and storing them in special tubes. Future missions are actually going to try and bring those samples back to Earth to analyze them, searching for any signs of past life. Rovers have also found evidence of organic chemicals in the Martian soil. These materials are the basic building blocks of life, but their presence doesn't necessarily mean there were ever living creatures there. For example, these substances can form through natural, non-biological processes, but they're still a super exciting clue that keeps scientists pushing forward with their research. Mars stays the most logical target for building the very first human colony away from Earth. That is because, out of all the other planets, it is the closest and most similar to our own. But there are still some massive challenges, like figuring out how to provide oxygen and water and staying safe from radiation, which scientists are working to solve right now using high-tech stuff like 3D printing and small-scale nuclear power. Looking at all these facts, it's clear that Mars is an incredibly complex and stunning world that carries a story of water, volcanoes, and winds within its terrain. This planet gives scientists a natural laboratory to understand rocky planets and how they evolve. With every new rover that lands there, we're getting one step closer to uncovering its deepest secrets and finally finding out if we're truly alone in the universe or not.